Welcome to 60 Plus Strong's guide to seated exercises. So our chair is a very good tool that we can use if we're needing to start nice and slow, and as you gradually get older and the balance may have decreased over time, being on the chair is nice and stable, and it's a safe place for us to start our exercising. The first exercise that I do on a chair, and I get everybody used to, and you'll hear me say over and over again, is your seated postural position. And that is your basic sitting on a chair in a nice postural position. Shoulders, hips are aligned straight underneath. From your hips, we come straight out to the knees. And from the knees, we go down into a 90-degree angle. So your ankles are underneath your knees. Body is up then nice and tall. In between your hip bones is your TA, and that's the bottom of your abdominal. We're going to pull that in, and that is where we lock our core from nice and down below, and then that brings that body up nice into a nice postural position, bringing the back off the chair, chest is up, but just relax through that chest. So postural position is this. We also are stabilizing through the feet, so stabilizing through the base of the heel, the base of the big toe, base of the pinkies, and your digits are down and relaxed through the floor. So this is postural position, body up, hands are on knees, and this is your number one go-to when you come down onto your chair. Just sitting in this position is working through your core, and it's getting the whole body, so through the back of your body, through the legs, through your feet, all nice and stable, and it's all working to connect and keep us upright. So first position is your seated core, nice relaxing position, and you're going to find yourself slumping through the chair multiple times during the day, and just get a switch on, body up, postural position, and just start to hold this on occasion to help work through that core. Second exercise that I like to do, and it's again for that core, is your seated core. So we are straight up into postural position, but the hands are on the knees this time. With the seated core, you bring your knee up, so it's locking through this core. Bit of pressure comes down onto that hand, so we have them coming up and meeting together, and that is working through your core muscles and back down. So it's nice and slow controlled. As you exhale up, pressure comes down. You can put a bit of extra pressure onto that hand, as long as you're keeping that chest in a nice frame and not leaning and bending over forward. We want to keep the body up nice and tall. So it is probably best for now to just keep a single hand on, pressure down and back down. Third exercise for my chair that I like to do is your leg extension. And the leg extension is we're just bending through the knee, so we're straightening out through the knee and then bending it back down into a 90-degree position. Beauty of the leg extension is we can actually take it in 3 different directions. So as I come up, I'm coming with my legs straight, my foot is flexing back into body and back down. Again, I'm locking through that core to keep this all nice and tight and through. Another alternation is to turn the toes out to hit inside of quad and back down, and again coming back up and down, and the foot is down. So tight through again. As I come up, this time my toe is pointing slightly in and it's getting the outer part of the quad. So there are 3 different exercises we can do to help build strength through those quads and back down. Next exercise I have, number 4, is our glute squeeze. So it's very, very simply, we are just focusing on squeezing your glutes up and holding and then coming back down. So we're squeezing it through and back down. Keeping that body up tight, and to add a little bit of difference through a mind-muscle connection is to squeeze through one glute and then release and squeeze the other side and release down. So it's getting a good mind muscle control through the head into the glutes. The glutes are your powerhouse, and they are what we are needing to bring ourselves up off a chair. So my favorite exercise for the seat is a sit to stand. Getting up and down out of your chair is the most important thing that you can do, and it will help you keep that level of dignity throughout your life with being able to get up and down off a toilet. Is one of the ones that a lot of my people thank me for that they can still do. So keep the body up, squeeze through glute, stabilizing through feet, and you bring yourselves up off the chair and back down. And you just squeeze through glutes to bring yourself up and back down. This is the one exercise that I recommend that you do on a daily basis, no matter how often you can. Try and start with 5 sit to stands without using your chair to push yourself up. So really just focusing and using those glutes to bring yourselves up. Now coming on to another exercise is my friendly little cushion. We're going to hit the adductors with this one. So we're just bringing nice and tight, squeezing through the knees and then releasing out. So you just squeeze in. So we're using our inner thighs and out, squeezing it in and out. So if a cushion most people have available, if you've got a soccer ball or a ball from kids or a little tiny yoga ball, you can also use that to help just squeezing in, squeezing out. Lower body wise, there are some other ones we can do if we add on bands. I like to add a band just below the knee, and we can squeeze out along and back in. If you are going to do working through the outer legs, through your abductors, we're squeezing out and back in, making sure the knees don't come together and we keep in a hip width position. When you do add a band on, it gives you that little bit of resistance so you can feel through. Not everyone has the band, so you can do little small movements, little slow movements and back. So back in. Going to move on to the upper body. So today with my upper body, I have what I have around the house. If we don't have weights, you can use a couple of bottles of water, something that's in your pantry. Easy bicep curl. So arms are by the side, keep your elbows locked in, and you're going to bring the arms up and back down. So bicep curls are up and down. Now with the bicep curl, we're wanting to get the arms all the way down. So full extension through that bicep and then squeezing back up. Another exercise we can do is our side lateral seated. So arms are up. As you exhale, elbows come out to the side parallel to floor and then back down. Exhale out to side and back down and exhale out and back down. So with our shoulder exercises, not everyone has that range of motion. It may be that you need to just do them without any form of weights just to get to movement through, because the next one we'll be doing is an overhead press. So I'm going to use the bottles back into our postural position. So always, especially when we're doing this work, postural position is really important and keeping that core locked in nice and tight. Arms come up, so the elbows are out and we are parallel again with floor. As you exhale, the weights are slightly in front of your head and then back down, elbows back to start position, and you exhale up and down. Exhale up and down, and I'm just going to bring my arms back. So the next exercise that we do, we hinge forward at those hips and the arms are down. So a single arm row you can do with one arm, or whilst you're in a seated position, two arms, elbows back, to work through your back. So we're squeezing in between the shoulder blades and the arms back out in front. So squeezing it in and the arms down, squeeze in and arms down. Now, to move through from this position, I'm going to turn sideways for a tricep kickback. With a tricep kickback, I'm again leaning forward. I'm in my nice postural position. My hands this time are at my hips. Elbows are bent, and I'm just going to straighten straight out with those arms and back. So you need to make sure that we do relax through your shoulders, and we squeeze and we use the triceps, straightening out the arms. Back in. Now we're not getting a full lock, so as I come out, there's a slight bend in my arm, squeezing in through tricep, back in, squeeze out, and I'm coming back to hip to really isolate through those tricep muscles. There are a few exercises that you can do in a seated position. I've created a workout on this channel, and if you would like to join, you are more than welcome to do so. I hope you get great benefit out of doing the exercises, and hopefully I'll see you on those videos shortly.